Brought to you from Melbourne, Australia. This is the Badminton Podcast, a community for badminton players by badminton players, where we talk badminton, celebrate local heroes, interview players from all walks of life, and push you to grow as a player and a person. Introducing your hosts, Jeff and Henry.
What is up, badminton community? Welcome to the Badminton Podcast. My name is Henry and this is...
My name's Jeff.
And we're here today with Josef Sutrisna from New Zealand, and he's going to introduce himself right now.
Make the game your own. Listen to your coaches as guidance, but literally make it your own. You know, present yourself on the court, not your coach. Drilled into your head, just make it up as you go sometimes, you know? I mean, like, it's more fun that way. That creativity, that flair is what kind of makes badminton. You're on the court to kind of like express yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, show who you are badminton-wise, but just express it in any way, shape or form that
you're there. The court is your canvas, right? You paint yourself into it, right?
Hey guys, like Henry said, my name's Josef. I'm from New Zealand. Been playing badminton for quite a while. Mates with these guys, and sometimes I contribute to their blog with a lot of editing from Jeff. But yeah, just like an informal chat, really.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the current state of badminton in the world. We're just going to see where this takes us, okay?
So, Josef, what's your story?
My story? You mean like when I started, all that kind of things?
Yeah, when do you start badminton? What do you do with yourself? Did you study? Were you on the streets?
Should have been, but let's start with the badminton side of things. I started playing when I was 13. My dad really did not want me to play badminton. He said, go play golf, go play tennis, there's money in that. Because he played badminton, and he said, you're going to get addicted to this. Don't. It's going to consume you.
That's interesting.
Yeah, my dad did not want me to play badminton, man.
I haven't met many Indonesian dads that don't want their kids to play badminton.
Yeah, he wanted me to play golf and tennis because that's where the money is at, and that's what he said. But he used to go play badminton on a Friday night, right, with all his mates. You know, I mean, he wasn't really a big drinker and like myself, like going out. But anyway, he used to play badminton on Friday night. We used to just tag along with him because he wanted us to get some just some sports time, get some sweat going because he thinks sports is good. After badminton, we used to get McDonald's, and that's the incentive, right?
Oh, so you're rewarded with McDonald's to play badminton?
Yeah, we're just like...
And wait, so he said don't play badminton because it's an addiction, but he rewards you with McDonald's after.
Exactly, which is weird. He went all over the show. But afterwards, when I was 13, we had some spare rackets, and I had to pick up a sport in college. And I was like, I used to do this when I was like 8, 9. So picked up a racket and... yeah, it went downhill from there.
Wait, so did you actually play golf?
Golf, tennis, squash. I did a bit of volleyball. Basketball was pretty much my first sport ever. But then when I stopped growing, and everyone's being short.
And all the white boys.
Yeah, man. I was like, when everyone's like on par, everyone's the same height, they're like 4 foot something. Yeah. We're all good. I could jump higher than everyone else. I was a bit more athletic. And then that was fine. But then when they started growing, when puberty hits in, man, that sucked.
It gets tough.
It gets tough. Everyone's getting bigger, and you're just a scrawny Asian. No matter how high you jump, it pretty much is a nightmare. So, and then the team sport thing was like, it's really hard when you're actually when you're trying to play a team sport, and you've got you're trying to build a team, and everyone's just wanting the ball to themselves. You guys play basketball, a team sport, and literally one guy grabs the ball, and they literally just, no matter how bad they hold, no matter how bad the position they're in, they'll just
they want to go for it. They want to go for it. Yeah.
The golden goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, from halfway across the court.
Yeah, man.
It's like,
pretty much.
Wait, is that what everyone thought about you?
No. I just
that's why he quit.
Yeah. No one wanted to pass him the ball.
Yeah, and then it was short. Yeah, but cut that and then start playing badminton more and more. And then in the start, it was just like, the cool thing about where I started playing was that the high school used to like have all the New Zealand number ones come out from it. It was weird. And then to the point where they built badminton courts specifically for badminton. There it was. It's not a multi-gym kind of situation.
Wow.
So we could play before school, lunchtime, after school, anytime really. To the point there was I had a few mates as well back then who was addicted to the damn thing, and we just played literally come in to school at like 7, play from 7 to 9, at lunchtime 12 to 1, and then after school 3 to 5, and then we'd go to the hall and play some more.
Weren't you sweaty?
Yeah, but
You're a kid.
yeah, we never cared about that. You know, I mean, like nowadays, like I drop a sweat, I'll change my shirt. Back in the days, it's like
Whatever.
sweat when we just smelled like utter crap, but we don't notice that when we're young.
I wish badminton was like that here, man.
Yeah,
Purpose-built courts at school.
our school was a bit different. Like I'm not sure why we just had our own specific courts, but we knew there was like a few number ones that came out from that school at the time. But yeah, that's how I started, and then I thought let's start beating the older guys. You know, like I was third. You guys have the same schooling system? Third form, fourth form, fifth form?
Yeah. Third form is like year 9. So first
Yeah,
form
year
is year
9.
7.
Yeah. So we started year 9. I tried beating the year 10s, and when I was year 10, it just kept on snowballing, and I just kept on playing. Next thing you know, yeah, it's just badminton life.
Next thing you know, you're meeting me in Jakarta in Indonesia.
Training.
At Tumkas Bogasari. We were training with Finaldi,
Yep, that was good fun.
Marcus Finaldi Gideon, everyone world number 1 at the moment. Joseph and I used to train with him, and I'm pretty proud because I used to beat him pretty easily, especially at running. I used to run a lot faster than
The
Finaldi.
dude used to be chubby, man.
So chubby. And I'm not sure if his dad, Kunya, who's listening, but he used to, when we used to run around the block, he used to run to the corner where his dad couldn't see him, drink some coffee, drink some stuff just around the corner because,
Iced tea.
and then he'd catch a motorbike. They'd just get a motorbike all around the way around to the other corner, just to a point where his dad couldn't see him. And then he'd run around the corner, he'd splash water on his face, like,
Pretend he was sweating.
just pretend he was sweating. I remember I was running and I didn't cheat. And then all of a sudden there was someone running right behind me. I'm like, who the hell, where did he come from? Bloody motorbike.
Yeah, that's when you're like 15, 16. Jeez.
Yeah.
That
I was
a long
15,
time
so you were 16 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was a long time ago, man.
How old was Gideon?
He's
3 years
12 at
younger?
the time, so yeah.
3 years younger than me. I think he was 12.
He's
when I was-
28, 27, 28 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was our coach at that time. Yeah. And there was another coach as well, Henry Saputra, who's the national coach in Indonesia now.
Yeah.
So, like, he's still friends with him on Facebook, right?
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Yeah.
His sister stopped playing and all that. But anyway.
Yeah. That's cool. So why did you go and train in Indo?
So I had a choice, right? Back then, Australia and New Zealand had this competition called the June Beaver. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
None of my friends actually got into that team, but they asked me to play, and I had an option. Oh, go to JV, but the cost was like about $3,500, I think, if I'm right. And my uncle at that time, who was kind of like supporting me in badminton, said, "Do you want to play JV, Genevan, or do you just want to go train in Indonesia?" So I was like, no brainer. Go to Indonesia. The food's better. I'm from there. I haven't been for a while, and I'll get to play, like with like one of the best, I guess.
We would have never met.
Exactly.
We didn't. Yeah.
Get all the mischief at that time.
That was funny. I mean, we used to watch those horror movies. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And everyone would be so scared.
Oh, that was
And
freaky.
then there was a flood.
Indonesia's infrastructure was pretty bad. It flooded one time to the point where it just went to like
Yeah, we're walking on the streets with about waist height,
Yeah.
just in dirty water.
sewage,
And
bro.
Everyone was so happy that day because the court was wet and there was no
No
training.
training.
What?
So everyone were all eating like noodles and
Yeah, man.
noodles in front of the.
Dude,
yeah.
the training was rough, eh? I mean, like, for the first 2 weeks, I was there by myself before he joined in. He came in 2 weeks after me. He only stayed for a month and a half.
A
didn't you?
month and a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I stayed for 2 months. So the first 2 weeks, I literally just vomited every day to the point where I think they nicknamed me, like, in Indonesian, pretty much it's short for prego.
Prego.
And what is it?
Pregnant.
What's the word?
I can't remember. I can't remember what it was, but something to do with being pregnant. Because I was vomiting every day. Like, prior to that training session, I never actually trained, like, properly.
Yeah.
So it's just like, go with what you got. I mean, I played for, like, representatives in Wellington, but it was still kind of social. And it was still, like, it wasn't serious. And then when it became serious, I thought, like, I got this. I was like, nah.
No.
Dude,
Plus the weather.
The weather, yeah.
weather's
Jesus, 25, 30 degrees in that kind of heat.
twice a day training.
No, I think it was hotter than that. But it was humid. It was super humid. Yeah.
You could walk and you just be drenched in sweat. That was good fun though. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like much fun. Spewing all the time.
It was a really fun experience. We met some really cool people.
Yeah, still good friends to this day. Like most of the players there are all over the world playing for teams like
Coaching,
yeah.
sparring.
Yeah, exactly. There's 2 people that's in the States who are supposed to meet up in Australia out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. They're there. There's a couple in Sweden. There's
Taiwan.
all over the show.
Yeah. So you've obviously kept up with badminton over the time. What's your current take on what's happening in the world of badminton at the moment?
Oh man,
what do you love? What don't you love?
It's let's start with the countries where it's being dominated by men. Like Japan's been dominating like crazy. I mean, you've got the pockets of players from different country, but Japan is pretty much all disciplines they're dominating in, right? They're in the top 10 of all disciplines.
Top 5,
Top 5. Yeah, it's not safe. But I think that's just the way the cookie kind of crumbles. Like previously it was China, and then you had Malaysia at one point in time, or
yeah.
Denmark was there. You see it from the Thomas Cup and the Uber Cup winners, and Sutrisna Cup as well. But now it's Japan's turn. I'm not exactly sure why. Somebody told me it was about their coaches.
Yeah, it's got to be Park Ju-bong.
Yeah.
It's got to be. But I'm sure there's a lot more than that, but. I think he really brought up this generation of players.
He built it from scratch because I mean, like the previous players, they're all great. You know, I mean, I remember watching like Soji Sato.
Yeah,
is it this dude called Yamada or Hamada?
Yamada.
Yeah,
Yamada. Yeah,
tall
he was
dude,
okay.
Yeah, the squarish head.
And there's like, there's like Sho Sasaki.
Yeah, he still plays.
Used to be done quite a bit, quite often.
Sounds like he still plays for Independent, right? If I'm correct.
Sho? No, I don't think so.
Maybe
he finished up. He's pretty old.
And there's quite a few players and watching them play, and they're bloody amazing when they came to New Zealand, watching them like actually play badminton. So, but in that sense, right? So Japan's kind of dominating quite a bit, but again, you got these pockets of players. I'm kind of banking on them, you know, more than anything else to actually make badminton better than all this, because the Japanese way of playing is kind of, what's the best word for this? It's kind of boring.
Boring.
Yeah,
okay.
They're great players, they're amazing, but they're not, if you don't know badminton, it's not fun to watch.
They're textbook players.
Yeah, you know, like Kento's very defensive. He can hit the line 50 out of 50, 100 out of 100 times, and it's really like, if you know badminton, it's like whoa. But if you don't know and you just want to see like the
action,
the dives, the whole emotion, even all that, there's pure raw emotion. It's not really fun to watch. Even like the girl singles, like they've got one of the top 2s, like Yamaguchi and Okuhara. Like runners, but it's not really like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean in saying this. Maybe it's just me being like a backseat driver kind of criticism on it.
Yeah, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Exactly. So I'm just going to say it anyway, which is, it's not that fun to watch.
I think Jeff's going to talk about Watanabe in the next 5 seconds.
What about Watanabe? He's pretty creative.
Yeah, he is creative. Actually, I thought them two would actually steal the show, but they're still not there yet, right? Yeah. Are they? Like they're still they're close.
Yeah.
But they're not in the same competition like where Kento's on. You know, he's on the top. Yamaguchi, Okuhara, they're on the top kind of tier. Watanabe and especially the mixed pair.
Yeah,
Higashina.
Arisa Higashina.
Yeah. I mean, she got famous overnight from jump smashes.
Yeah.
Literally, and that was awesome to watch, you know. But it's still got to get up to that kind of like semis and the finals to make it look really sick.
Well, Henry thinks they're going to win Olympic gold.
Yeah, I've got $20 on that. Oh. And didn't they just win the World Tour finals?
Did they?
I think so. Didn't they?
Did they win? No, Zhengqi Wei won.
Did they win? No, yeah.
Zhengqi Wei won. I've got $20 on Zhengqi Wei.
Yeah.
I'm with Jeff on that one. That dude is unstoppable. He's a beast. There's no one that beats him at Mexico. Everyone nowhere near close.
You just see him floating for like 5 seconds before every smash.
His offense, man. His attack is nuts. It's nuts. Yeah. But in saying that, Watanabe and Higashina's got the home ground advantage, right?
Yeah, and Japanese defense is pretty good.
Yeah, they got the advantage. But we'll see, man. Like the men's doubles, they're kind of fun. They're kind of good, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. They're just solid in every aspect. There's no extra
There's
little
no flair. You want
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
that
creative flair. Creative flair.
The creative flair is like what brings everyone to watch. You know, I mean, like what was that? That shot that was it Vittingus did against Lee Chang Wei.
Yeah,
through legs, we talked about
Yeah, the one where he did another
yeah.
leg. That blew out. You know, like what the hell? And then there was another one where the rallies between the Danish doubles versus
Japanese.
the Japanese.
Japanese,
So
yeah.
just
They're on the
Superman
Conrad,
everywhere.
Yeah, Conrad did around the back.
Yeah.
and dives.
That was like
yeah.
nuts. You know, that's what brings people to just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
hell? It gets attention from like, what's that dude? The Australian?
Aussie man.
Aussie man. Yeah.
Aussie man reviews.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Aussie man
Like,
reviews.
it's those kind of things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm passionate to bring badminton like bigger, to make it bigger than what it is. Because right now people still think of it as like a backyard sport.
Yeah.
But like, you got the great of great, and we're going back to this idea of like the world stage. There's still amazing players out there. There will always be number one, right?
Yeah.
But the showmanship, I guess, that kind of stuff. It's so rare.
You want to see that emotion. You want to see.
Yeah,
He wants to see the Gael Monfils
yeah.
and the Nick Kyrgios of tennis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like when you watch soccer, right? And then somebody scores a goal, and then they do that slow motion of them like screaming with all their sweat. And I mean, like you don't get to see.
And then
that
everyone
kind of
jumps up from their seats.
passion and badminton, you know. Like it's very rare to see that because I feel like they're all very reserved. There's a few that isn't. Like, probably like
Carolina.
yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna blast me for this one. I do want Cho Ten Chen to win gold because that dude makes the game fun.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
raw emotion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only recently.
Yeah.
I swear, it's only recently.
He's cut loose. Without the coach.
He was so like mellow, but then just recently he's just let it rip.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Him?
let it rip.
Marin, that's something different. When she got on the court and she just screamed like there's no one else.
Yeah.
People were afraid of that. People started kind of like
They started attacking her, saying, "Hey, this
exactly.
that's not unsportsmanship life. It sounds
No.
terrible."
No,
Yeah.
that's all kind of somewhat subjective. She can do whatever. Like she's just screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the days they used to shout "sa," right? And
Yeah.
because it's a different language, that still meant what was it? Kill.
Kill.
Yeah, kill.
Like,
Or die. Kill.
Yeah, I mean,
Kill.
like they had to change that because it's language. But she's literally just screaming, just what was it?
Just it's like a squeal,
It's just a
like a
sound.
screech. Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. And those kind of players, I think, like let's bring them up. I mean, not bring them up, but like put them on the spotlight more.
Yeah.
Like make badminton. I don't want to say great again,
Noticeable in
but
that way, yeah.
Yeah. A bit more emotional, a bit more.
Yeah.
You're right.
Rather than kind of like the proper.
Just like professionalism. There's just this professionalism of those top players at the moment.
I mean,
Yeah.
professionalism.
It's
It's cool. It's great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bring in viewers from my point of view.
Yeah.
Like Nick, what's
Nick
Kyrgios.
Kyrgios.
I always struggle saying his last name, to be honest. But like he's in the top, right? But he doesn't really win, the big.
he doesn't really win the huge tournaments,
Yeah.
but he knocks off the
He
top
knocks off.
players.
He knocks
Yeah.
him off, right? But people watch him,
Yeah.
because it's fun, right? And that's what kind of badminton needs as well.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching Yamaguchi one time. She won like one of the world tours or something. I think this was last year or the year before she got her injury. She won it, and she just kind of like, okay, cool, it's good.
Bow.
Yeah, but like, oh, it's cool.
Just very
Yeah.
Are you not happy? It's like explode, have fun. It's that's one thing that's kind of missing in the world badminton right now.
What about Kevin and Marcus? Do you think they show enough?
Oh,
Or do you like Kevin's kind of showboating and
the showboating's cool, but here's the thing, right? There is that fine line of disrespecting the other player. Like when you're screaming, and that's cool, but he's actually taunting.
yeah.
That's like, I guess that's sledging, right? You know what I mean? That's a different topic on its own. Because like, if he could do that, next time I play a game, why not let me just kind of like start swearing though at my opponent to just destroy his mentality? You can't really do that. It's just a step before that where you can just like taunt the other player. I don't know where that fits in. Maybe there is no.
Maybe he's walking a fine line, or maybe he's just completely crossed it.
Yeah, because there's like, if you watching YouTube, man, there's like heaps of other players that do that kind of stuff as well, and it's not fun to watch. It's kind of like, dude, you're just being a douche.
Yeah.
You know,
When you do actually watch those really serious taunts, you're just like, what are they doing?
Yeah. And the worst part is like sometimes his opponents actually try to do that to him, and it just does not work.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't-
go be Shem and tell you've seen those matches.
Yeah, it's
pretty cringy.
embarrassing, man. It's
Yeah.
cringy. Yeah, it's really cringy.
But you know the Danish, whenever they used to play him, they used to get so annoyed at him because he's such a little smart ass, right? And they used to always they would psych themselves up to smile at him. So every time he would do something, they just smile at him. Even though they're raging inside, they'll just smile just to disarm him.
Yeah.
Because when you start getting angry, that's where he just gets that fuel and that fire
He keeps
to annoy
pushing,
you more.
He keeps pushing,
Keep pushing those buttons.
Yeah.
This is why I think the Japs has been beating them. Utah and Endo. Right?
Yeah.
They've been like, I think they were like a positive against them this year and maybe even last year. I'm not sure.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't think I've seen a game where they've lost to them.
Yeah.
Right?
Because maybe this is where the reservation comes in as well, because those guys are really, really like
Just
booed
cold,
out, man.
Just cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Like-
and those two are like Endo and Watanabe. They're just they're emotional, but they don't get taunted. They don't fall into that trap at all.
If Kevin tried to taunt them, they'd just be like,
Yeah, just like stone face,
Yeah, yeah.
poker face, and even actually I know that they beat them sometimes, but Kimura and Sonoda.
Oh,
And
yes.
Yeah.
Kimura and Sonoda used to beat them quite
Right,
often as well.
consistently, yeah.
And what I thought it was they're just too intense. They just keep that intensity so much because
Yeah.
I swear Sonoda has like. He's always jittery.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
always jumping, just can't. He's like,
I've noticed that.
cannot stand still. But I think that intensity just gets a little bit too much, and whatever they throw at them, they're just always the same intensity no matter what.
yeah.
But I think they found a tactic to beat them though. You seen all those rallies where they just kept on lifting
To
over?
Kevin.
No, like both teams just decided to give up attacking and they just kept on lifting. And then they somehow won that way. Like the Indonesians. The
Indonesians won.
Yeah, by just
Points or the
the whole game, just by literally slowing everything down. They just lift
Sonoda,
clear,
Kimura,
lift clear.
Sonoda, Kimura,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not fun to watch either, but man, like it's interesting watching that.
Yeah, I think it's caught on for everyone else playing Kimura and Sonoda these days just to play a bit more of that defending game because they can't really push through them.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's all this, like, in the doubles, like, back to the original question, and I sort of went on a bit of a tangent there, but, like, what's happening in the world? You've got men's singles, of course, Kento's donating everything, right? And then you've got the 2, 3, 4, whether it's silver, gold, whether we're talking Olympics or other competitions. That's a free-for-all right now, isn't it? You got Ginting, you got Jonathan winning sometimes, you got Chioten Chen winning sometimes, you got Chen Long coming in, Anders. It's like they're all in the par. Kento's just taking us like
He's just next tier, like a tier above.
Yeah, it's nuts. Women's singles cluster. It's just anyone can win it. It's just like every one of them is number
top 10.
one.
Top 10.
Literally, top 10, number one at this current stage. It's crazy. I've never seen this like that.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's bringing a lot of players base
So
up.
good.
Like it's nuts.
Yeah.
Doubles, the Indos are winning. That's about it. Really.
But
Yeah,
the daddies are just so consistent.
They are.
it's
So
just
Indos in general at the moment
Yeah,
are very
yeah.
consistent. Yeah.
how old are they? Like 35 plus, right?
Yeah, Hendra's 35, I think. Yeah.
We still have a chance, guys.
We start training now.
Still have a chance, man.
No
Still have a
way.
chance.
2024.
No, Hendra's just too smart. He reads it so well. He doesn't have
I
to.
know.
He moves fast, but he doesn't have to put his body through what Kimura and Sonoda do. At all.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Nuts,
completely different.
So, but the Indos are winning that, and you've got again the tier after that. You've got the Kimura, and there's a few upcoming Koreans.
Yeah,
Upcoming
Seo and Choi.
Yeah.
The Malaysian pair's alright. I think they're
Which
okay.
one?
Aaron Chia and
Girls.
The other guys now.
yeah.
I don't remember. But then there's a Japanese pair as well that's new. They've been around.
Yeah.
Lefty with a massive smash.
Is it Inoue and Kaneko?
Nah. It's another one.
I'm
I
not
think-
sure what they're called.
It's a
but I know
Hoki and
Could be. Yeah, I can't remember their
Hoki
names.
and I forgot his up. Yeah,
I don't know. I was kind of looking for them to like grow, like take the stage at one point in time. They look good. Mix, like I said, Zhang Siwei is already, he's far above. You know what I mean?
It's like
I'm
is there?
20
Still
bucks.
I'm calling it $20. Watanabe
$20.
Higashino, 2020.
$20.
You heard it here.
Women's doubles I don't really follow because honestly, I feel like it's just the Japanese and the Koreans winning right now. I don't see anyone else.
Chinese as well.
Chinese,
Yeah.
one Chinese pair.
One Chinese pair.
Yep.
Is it the one with the weird haircut?
Yes.
This is the one with the weird
Chen
haircut.
Chen Chen.
Yeah,
Chen
that's
Chen
the
Chen
name.
and Jay Fan.
God,
Yeah.
I'm too scared to say that name as well. That's another one.
Chen Chen Chen.
Chen.
Yeah.
Chen Chen.
Chen Chen Chen.
Chen Ching Chen.
Yeah, because last time I remember just saying it ching ching. That's
Ching Ching Chong.
that's not.
Just rude,
That's
isn't
not.
it?
Edit that out. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. And like, it sucks that like countries like ours and like New Zealand and Australia, it still struggle to get up to that kind of level. You know, I mean, like our player base isn't that high, but I guess we're all trying, right?
Yeah, slow grind.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to happen overnight. But
Well, you got a few famous names here, right?
like who?
Grania, my
And
partner.
Setiana. Yeah.
Tatiana, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just going back to what we talked about before, and it's what we talked about just previously before we actually recorded this. With Kevin and his showboating and how he taunts the players there's a lot of public opinion as to whether that's acceptable or not. And of course, some people love him, some people hate him. I'm neutral. I think sometimes he goes overboard a little bit, but I do think that the way that he is and his personality has made him the player that he is. What do you think about that? So what I'm basically saying is, if he was more professional, stock standard, and doesn't have that kind of playful like cheekiness about him, do you think that he would have developed the same amount of skill or the same type of skills as if he was, if someone's really serious? And in my opinion, I don't think he's going to. But his coach was Sigit Budiarto. So Sigit, yeah.
Oh.
So he was just pure technique and flair and everything as well. So he's probably learned it from there.
Okay.
But what do you think about that?
Dude, I think it goes back to this. Some of the Indonesians might hate me for saying this, but it's because it's Indonesian. You ever played against Indonesian and they just take the piss out of everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just, I'm Indonesian here, and we just take the piss out of everything, and I think he's just kind of
Taking it a bit further.
Yeah.
We just like to have fun, and we like to laugh at everything, no matter how grim it is. We just laugh at it. It's just our kind of culture. He's just, it's too serious. Let's have fun, and somehow that gets into people's heads. For me personally, it does look like a taunt. I don't like it as a viewer, but.
Do you understand it as a player, as an Indonesian?
Yeah, he's just taking the piss, he's enjoying it. And I mean, like, we've had a couple of Indonesians in Wellington. I'm Wellington, New Zealand. And he used to love to take the piss of the game. He's just enjoying it, It's just like, he would literally flick in doubles all the time. And we hated it. It's not because, like, hey, it is it's a legitimate serve.
Yeah.
But nobody can be bothered moving. Just like, start with the normal serve. This is a social game. But he would literally flick everything just to annoy everyone else. It's just, it's kind of our thing. Like, we just like to take the piss of stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of where he is, man, I think he is skillful enough to the point where he doesn't need to do that. Like, the dude is incredibly fast. Like, I've never seen anyone, like, on TV, when you're watching on YouTube or TV or whatever it is, it's actually slower than what's happening in real life. When you see it in real life, it's stupidly fast. But on TV itself, he's already
fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for viewers that's not watching it live, like,
Fast
speed that up.
forward it.
Yeah.
Fast
Put it
forward
in
it.
1.25?
Yeah, 1.25.
That's how fast he's actually moving.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Like, I don't know whether he predicts as well. There's a lot of prediction,
Definitely a
but
lot of prediction.
his speed itself in moving is just stupid. His racket work, and it's nuts.
It's funny because, like, he looks like he's just got his racket down half the time, and it's all of a sudden it's just up and
bang.
down.
Just killing it.
Yeah.
And I guess people who don't watch badminton won't understand the complexity of what's happening there, or like the intensity. Like, if there was only a way to really show that, and like, I don't know, maybe it's the camera angles. I don't know.
It's just really hard to appreciate. Yeah,
Camera angles,
are a player.
Yeah, and the speed, you can't appreciate
You can't.
it. And it looks like they're not moving very far,
Yeah.
which it's not far compared to tennis, but it is in a split second. Like
Exactly.
It's
You're
so
sprinting.
fast that it's,
Yeah.
it's
You're
as fast
sprinting
as
in
your body.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like back to your question, is he gonna be as good as is if he doesn't taunt? Yeah, he will. But maybe those taunts do win him a few points in some cases, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe it does give him a little bit of an edge as well. There is a bit of mind game when you're playing badminton, right? I'm a singles player. I love singles. Doubles is, I like doubles as well, but in a singles sense, it's just you and your opponent. It's not like, this is back to that whole team sports where you were talking about basketball and stuff like that before. You've got your team to support you. They're always like, you score, high fives all around, and then there's that, like, I guess, continuous support from your team, right? But in an individual sport like that, you kind of have to be on your own, and you gotta, whatever that means, right? You gotta be above whoever's on the other side of the net, right? So for him, I guess they're working as a pair. They're already doing a sport, but they need to step themselves up to be even better than someone on the other side of the net. Maybe that taunt does help. Who knows? Yeah.
Do you think his cheekiness would diminish over time? Like as he gets older, do you think he's going to become more reserved?
Nah, that's just an Indonesian thing. I see my dad; he takes the piss out of everything. And as he's like 67, I see some of his friends still the same stuff. Uncle still the same. We Indonesians just literally we are born laughing, we die laughing. That's just how it is.
No, that's awesome and interesting because when you actually say that, it reminds me of when I trained in Indonesia. And when I actually got back from Indonesia, that's one of the things I told everyone was the difference between training in, say, Malaysia and Indonesia. And then I've trained in like Europe and Denmark.
Yeah.
And so I've trained in lots of European countries as well. And the Indonesians are always the ones laughing, but it's not that they don't work hard. And I always used to tell people to actually go to Indo to train because it's kind of like you're training really hard, but you can have a laugh at the same time and have a lot of fun. And because you're having fun, you're more relaxed and then you're more likely to play stupid shots or try different shots, try different funny things, and then you develop your technique in that way. It's not like a rigid way to do things. It's kind of like have some fun, just freestyle a bit, and then
That's what you need, Zay, that creativity. That flair is what kind of makes badminton. You're on the court to kind of like, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong in this sense, but this is my perspective, huh? It's, you're there to kind of just express yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, show who you are badminton-wise, but just express it in any way, shape, or form that
you're there. The court is your canvas, right? You paint your own yourself onto it, right? And that's the cool thing about badminton. There's a point where I think you can see how a person plays, and it really shows their personality. Have you noticed that? Right? Like, if you train like a robot, you're gonna be a robot, and you won't. Yeah, you could be really your number one, but you're gonna still miss that little. I can't.
You'd be a textbook player, but you just don't have that extra X factor.
Yeah, that X factor. That's the one I'm looking for. That's missing from a lot of players who just like, follow the rules of ABC. You know, throw your hip, throw your shoulder, throw your wrist. Same thing. They never really develop. And the good thing about the Indonesians, and when we were training there, they actually don't really teach that, do they?
Either they don't teach it, or they just didn't teach it to us.
Yeah.
Because we're foreigners. No,
You can't teach them secrets.
it's not commonly like that. It's more play, and then there's so many different techniques out there. Yeah. Whereas, from my understanding, say in Denmark when I was there, everyone has very similar technique. Yeah. In China, I haven't really trained there properly, but like a lot of the Chinese will have a very similar kind of technique.
All robots, man.
So, but in those, they're just so variable. I'd say probably Indos and Malaysians are probably the most variable.
Yeah. You got a few players coming out right now from Malaysia that's like, what's that? Like that Lee Jizia guy?
Lee Jia.
Like his technique hits hard like a bloody bus, you know? So his technique is like, what the hell? It's just like, his footwork's just like, you know, kind of.
It's very like flat-footed.
Yeah, flat-footed. His hands is like, he looks like the airplane is like an eagle kind of trying to, you know, it's weird. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. I can't explain it. It's very different. But it's kind of nice to watch something different as well.
Yeah.
Like, it could be your thing, might not, but it's nice to have that kind of like differentiation, right, between players. And the Indos, I think I've seen a few like YouTube clips of like just not like local kind of tournaments. You see these guys who's holding a racket panhandle but still like competing at like the finals levels. It's so weird, but it gives a bit of depth, I guess. You know, like if there is no such thing as the best practice.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
There is the way that you should play, and then there's the way that people actually play.
Yeah, and I think you kind of need that. Call it like, it's not Darwinism, but it's just evolution. Like it needs some sort of creativity, right?
Yeah, no. Otherwise, we just generate the same type of players for
stale.
years and years and years and years and years.
And I think that in the last few years, it's changed completely as well because things are becoming more scientific. But everyone's starting to play in a certain way. But then you still got like pockets of players, like what I was saying, that's emerging. Cho Tan Chan. I swear, I can't see it, but is he holding a panhandle?
No.
Kind of. He holds
something
different.
different. There's
It's
something
something different. It's
Yeah.
different, but it's not panhandle.
It's not. It looks different.
Well, he just doesn't
It's-
pronate as
Yeah,
much.
not
Yeah.
yeah. It's a little bit. I know what you mean, but I don't think it's panhandle. It's just
Yeah.
it's just very flat.
Yeah, once he hits,
Yeah,
he
it's very
doesn't
flat.
miss it.
Yeah, it doesn't pronate fully. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's winning, you know? He's
Yeah.
winning, he's doing really, really well. So there isn't just
There's no
one
one
way-
stock standard to become like the best badminton player.
and it's just you kind of want to see that more. Like avoid reading the textbooks, go out there and just have fun and make your own kind of style, right? You know, that makes it more fun. You won't just see the same two players playing against each other with
But
different.
how do you coach that? Like, how do you coach?
That's
You
hard.
don't want to coach bad technique. but
Exactly.
You want to. Do you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, it's tricky to.
Give them guidance, but don't dictate. I think that does that make sense? I think that's
Like this is how I would do something, but you're welcome to do it
Yeah.
a different way.
I mean, I'm not a coach. The only person I coach is my girlfriend, and that. I mean, if anyone's ever coached their partner, be aware.
You're too yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, I try to avoid that. You know, it's just like badminton, relationships.
Yeah.
When you're in the badminton court,
Leave everything on court.
leave everything on court when you're outside. So that we've got rules. on it. But I coach her, and she's improving really, really well. But I don't really specifically tell, hit this way. I'll give her some guidance. You know, try it this way. If it doesn't work, adjust it what works for you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why you see a lot of Indonesians. They're all really different. Look at Jonathan Christie and Ginting.
Yeah.
Completely different players. Fernaldi, Kevin, very different players, right? Yeah. They're just
Penalty and
that twist.
that twist of the wrist.
Very different players, but
He loves that.
None of this.
that's a Kevin one. He's
Yeah.
crap out of
Kevin,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Kevin's just like, oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's that, right? But then you look at the two Chinese players, the
Twin Towers.
yeah,
Towers, yeah.
I like them. They are a bit different.
they are different.
They're different.
I love when
That's why I like
them two plays against the Minions. Actually, that's actually really fun.
It's actually fun to watch.
awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. But they're different, but they're still kind of a bit rigid in some cases, I think. And there's still quite a lot. I mean, the women's singles from China, again,
Chen Yifei,
they're all very
Chen Yifei
similar.
is very similar.
It's just like, oh man, like it's hard to watch. I want to watch it, but at the same time, it's just like I've seen
It's
you
like
play.
you know that they're the best players in the world, and you're just like, oh, this is just so stock standard. Like, can you give some flex? Give me some X factor. Yeah.
It's more fun when you watch that, right?
Yeah.
So
Like Tai Tzu Ying.
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, what the hell? I mean, like I don't want to say plays like a dude, but she's not.
She plays like a dude.
She plays like
She plays
Yeah.
like, in the most best way possible. Like,
Yeah, and it's not like the. She took it up a step level around 2016, 2017, right?
Yeah.
And I feel she's dragged everyone up with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's caught on how to play.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why everyone's now in this
In this.
cluster of a mess where they're all number ones.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just like she was the one that like literally led that kind of movement. And it's changed the game because previously you've seen the women's singles back
It's
pre
hard
Tai
to
Tzu.
watch it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
watch.
Yeah, it's just clear. Now she's put that attacking factor. She's actually short serving. So
Yeah,
she can
short
attack.
serving.
Yeah.
Her and Carolina actually.
Yeah.
Carolina changed it as
She
well.
changed. Yeah, she did.
Carolina definitely changed
She
it.
changed it. I actually kind of want her to win the
Carolina?
Olympics. Yeah, I want her to get a back-to-back because I like her the way she plays. Yeah, girlfriend would say otherwise. She doesn't like the
Doesn't like it.
screaming.
Doesn't like
doesn't like
screaming,
singing,
yeah.
And another good example of different technique, Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that racket just starts
Very
behind.
unorthodox, yeah.
She's stupidly quick though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
It's
stupidly
just
strong.
raw athleticism.
She's
Yeah.
so strong.
Yeah.
It's good to see actually a player that's outside the whole Denmark, Asia.
Yeah.
That's coming up. It's Spain. I'm like, who
Yeah,
guessed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We've still got hope. We just got to create one.
Yeah, you know,
exactly.
see pockets of players coming from different parts of the world. There's one other doubles pair that's not from those main countries, which is Russia.
Russia.
Yeah.
Ivanov and
Ivanov and
Sozanov.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 2 meters tall.
I wanted them to kind of like shine a little bit. They're kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because when
They just
technique looks weird as hell, it's like laggy, if that's even a word to describe it.
No, that's Ivanov,
Yeah.
the tall guys. But Sozanov is pretty.
Yeah,
it's pretty flexible, versatile.
Yeah.
Ivanov's the tall, right?
Ivanov's
Yeah.
Ivanov's a tall
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, when
I mean,
he's-
they're both tall.
Yeah, but Ivanov is the tower.
Yeah.
But when he smashes, man, it's just fun to watch it. It's something different, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like, I swear to God, when they swing, sometimes it looks like they're going to hit his own partner. Because they just don't care. They just swing with brute physical power. And it's just like, yep, I can feel that, you know, when you're watching it. It's kind of nice.
So moving on, Jeff and I recently did our predictions on the 2020 Olympics. Now, we're going to run through the 5 events, and you're going to tell us who you think are going to win gold, silver, and bronze.
Who I think or who I want?
Think.
Think.
Okay.
Who you
This is
think?
this
These are
predictions.
predictions.
This is
You can
putting
add
money
in
on.
who you want, but
But-
the actual result you give us is who you think is going to win it.
So we're starting mixed doubles.
Mixed doubles, Zhang Siwei is
Silver.
who's going to win. Who I want to win
Yeah.
is that giant Indonesian. The one.
Oh, Praveen.
Praveen.
Yeah, bro.
Praveen.
That when he
He's a
jumps, it
beast.
makes me like,
He's a
whoa.
beast, yeah.
That I want him to win.
Yeah.
But Zhang Siwei is going.
Okay.
Yeah, next one.
Who's gonna get the silver?
It's
Silver.
Silver and bronze.
Silver and bronze. Silver, Utah. And
Okay. You're in
Same with
Jeff's
me,
camp.
same
You're in
with
Jeff's
me.
camp.
And bronze.
Bronze. It's you know what? It's a cluster, but I'll give it to the British.
Oh,
British.
really?
That counts.
The Adcox.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't
Wild
seen
card
much of
in
them.
the Adcox.
lately.
I haven't
It's-
seen them.
Yeah.
Because look at every Olympics, man. There's like last 2016. was the
Yeah,
last one?
there's-
it was
Yeah.
an utter cluster of randomness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random. Yeah.
That's a big call, but okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Adcox.
So Adcox in bronze.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies doubles.
Yeah.
These those the Jap, all the 3 Japs gonna take all the.
Yeah.
I don't know their names. I don't follow them because I get them mixed up. I'm really bad at that. But it's gonna be Japanese gold, Japanese silver, Japanese
Really?
bronze. Yeah.
No China. No China.
No China?
No
Nah.
Korea.
No Korea.
I don't think so. I
No
think
China, no
You
Korea.
can home ground advantage.
Yeah, home ground
clean
advantage.
Clean sweep the
Yep.
women's doubles.
Okay.
That's
That's a big call.
Who I want to win, I have no preference in that one because I don't really follow it much.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll check one there. The Kim Kong.
Kim Kong.
Is it
Kim Kong, the Korean.
Koreans? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of their names.
Right. But we're going.
Yeah.
But we're going gold, silver, bronze, Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Men's doubles.
Men's doubles. Ooh, this one, I think it's going to be the Minions.
Yeah.
And then for gold, silver would be the Daddies, the Daddy
Same with
Indonesians.
I think did I say it? No.
I can't remember.
No,
who.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I went Watanabe and
Yes, you went
Watanabe
Watanabe
and
and
Endo. Yeah.
Bronze will be either Watanabe Indo or actually what's the other Japanese player?
Kimura Sonoda.
Yes.
All right. Who are you for? Like, pick one.
So gold, Kevin DeMarcus.
Yeah.
Silver, Daddies.
Yes.
Bronze.
Bronze, Commerson.
Okay, so that's the bronze is different to
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. Bronze.
Unless Endo and Watanabe kicks out the Minions,
Do you think they'll meet that early in the tournament though?
semis,
Yeah.
potentially rounds of 8, potentially. I don't know until we'll see it. If it does, they meet. Well, looking at statistics, how
I see them being
home ground
first and
advantage.
second seed going into the 2020. There.
Watanabe and Endo. Really?
First and second seed. I see them as going in as first and
Weren't
second.
Daddies and Daddies
Yeah.
be second seed?
I think it'll be the
I think Daddies
Dundas.
will be, yeah.
Will they?
I think so.
When do the points get cut off? Is
End
it
of April.
So it depends on how the
Yeah, okay.
the tourney works out. But
Okay.
there could be an offset there for the minions.
For the
if-
minions.
Yeah.
If they meet Endo and Watanabe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Commerce Sonoda because home ground advantage.
Yeah.
Potentially.
not
So-
sure.
I don't know about
I don't
him
think
right now.
Kimura know that at the moment, current form.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay,
So
cool.
there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies singles.
Oh man, this one's tough. Is Jihyun still coaching Persala?
Yes, I believe so.
If she's coaching, I'm gonna say her.
I haven't
Massive
seen
call.
any of her in
I haven't seen it for a while. But you're going gold Sindhu.
Yeah,
I'll see.
I like the way she plays. Hey, she's like different. Like it's different than some way she
I
plays.
don't. I'm sorry.
Like-
All due respect, like she's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy her game style.
Oh, different for me. It's just the fact that it just smacks the living. Like, she's a tower, man. How tall is she?
She's tall.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
much taller than me.
Very.
When I stand next to her, she's much taller than me.
yeah, I kind of want actually. I want her to win gold.
Okay.
Who
Is she going to win gold?
Who I think will win gold? Oh, it's so hard, man. It's so hard.
It is hard. It is hard. Yeah.
Who I think is gonna win gold? Ratchanok. It's gonna be
Ratchanok?
yeah. She's doing really well. It's
She was,
wild
in my, she
cards.
was in my podium
If
finish.
you can see Henry and my faces when he said Ratchanok.
Yeah.
Love Ratchanok. She's awesome.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
Ratchanok.
but
But
gold.
big surprise in our faces. Okay, gold for Ratchanok.
Yeah.
Silver.
Silver. Okuhara.
Okuhara, yeah.
Yeah.
I put Okuhara in.
Yeah.
No, I put Yamaguchi in bronze. Actually.
Yeah, maybe she hasn't been doing well.
Yeah,
His
but-
injuries. Eh?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe she's fine.
She might be alright with that. Yeah, yeah.
And bronze. Ooh, I'll give it.
Taisyin,
Yeah.
Chen Yufei.
Taisyin. Just.
Taisyin bronze.
I know
Taisyin
this one's
bronze.
gonna be. This prediction's gonna fail really badly for the women's singles because I've got in my head that Chen Yufei might win as well. It's so.
It's
difficult.
very like it's going to be pretty random.
But I do want Persala to win gold. Just
Okay.
Okay.
not that man. Yeah.
Sindhu fan.
Sindhu.
Sindhu
I like
fan
where she
club.
plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like where she
Okay.
plays.
Sindhu fan.
It's really different because you're just tall and it brings that kind of variety and just
Yeah.
smacks the living daylight of this shuttle. So it's gonna go.
No mention of Carolina in this.
Yeah, I like her playing, but she. We'll see. We'll see. This again, man. There's
Yeah,
so many to choose from. Like honestly, they all can win gold.
Yeah.
Like with whatever happens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And cool. And finally,
And
men's
that's-
singles.
I really don't say it, but Kento is gonna win gold, right? He's gonna win
You
gold.
don't want to say it.
But I think he's gonna win gold. I
Okay.
don't want him to win gold. I want Cho Ten Chen to win gold
Okay.
because like I want him to win gold. He's just different, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I like
Kento,
chaos. Yeah.
Silver.
Silver will be one of the Indos. Ginting or Christie.
Christy.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of
I
them
had-
too.
Yeah.
I had.
I think you had Ginting.
I had Ginting in. I had Christy in.
I had
bronze.
CTC in
CTC,
in second.
Yeah, Chen.
No, CTC bronze.
Yeah, I think you had Chen Long.
Chen Long second. Yeah, Chen Long was where I put second.
Bronze.
Chen Long or Antonson. Bronze.
I said
Anderson.
Anderson bronze.
Yeah.
Choose one.
Oh, you know what? I'll go with Chen Long.
Chen Long. So men's singles: Kento,
Yep.
Anthony,
Yep.
Chen Long.
Those three.
Okay, it's good picks. Good
Pick
picks.
those picks. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, man. Like when the Olympic comes,
It's anybody's game. Like,
exactly. It's a weird tournament compared to the rest of the
Yeah.
BWF. Like anything happens.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome about it. That's why I'm so pumped for it.
I don't know why is that? It's a bit different.
Just the added pressure of being.
Yeah,
the
maybe added
biggest,
pressure
biggest.
Yeah.
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 You
It's
only
not-
get like one
chance every 4
years.
It's pretty.
Like, it's
It's not like tennis, is it? I'm like Wimbledon's the biggest.
Yeah, yeah. No
sporting
one
event.
cares
Nobody
about.
cares about
No one
Olympics.
cares about Olympic gold.
yeah.
For badminton, it's literally All England's and Olympics. But Olympics is the biggest.
Biggest,
Right.
Yeah.
definitely biggest in my book anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Olympics definitely the biggest.
Sure.
And if you ask Chong Wei, probably the biggest in
Well,
Chong Wei's book as
don't
well.
ask Chong.
Three
He's
silvers.
got 2 silvers.
I don't know.
Like,
It's
Is it 2 or
amazing.
3?
2. Was it
3.
3?
3 silvers.
Three silvers? Oh, yeah.
Lindan, Chen Long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough.
It's rough, but
Still remember his celebration when he
he's
beat
done
them
Malaysia
in that
proud.
third one.
yeah.
yeah,
He's done Malaysia proud.
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, just wrapping up here for this episode. Joseph, any other comments about the current state of badminton at the moment?
Not much, man. I mean, like, I just want, if, for the people that's starting out, make the game your own. Yeah, listen to your coaches as guidance, but literally make it your own. Present yourself on the court, not your coach, or what you've been kind of like drilled into your head. Just make it up as you go sometimes, you know? I mean, like, it's more fun that way.
Different.
Yeah. Difference is good.
Yeah, different attitude.
I like
Different
that.
perspective.
Yeah. I like that because you were talking about how, you know, it's a blank canvas and that you decide how you paint it. It's a bit artistic of you.
Yeah. It's creative side, I guess. So,
Yeah. I like that. All right, well, this brings us to the end of this podcast, guys. I hope you really enjoyed our conversation. It was a bit ad-lib, which is, a bit different to what we normally do. So I hope you appreciated the conversation, enjoyed the conversation, and if you do like it, please share it with your friends. If you do want to get in contact with us, then you can follow us via our social media handle, Volantwear, VOLANTWEAR, and on our website, www.volantwear.com.
And we also have an Instagram page for the Badminton Podcast, and the handle for that is just the Badminton Podcast, no spaces. And we've just got a few updates on some episodes here and there, so you can stay tuned and stay updated.
So remember that your love for badminton shouldn't just remain on court. So share it with the world, guys.
That's what we're about. We're here about badminton. We love the sport, and Joseph, I can feel that you love it as well.
thanks, buddy.
Wait, do you?
Do you?
Of course I love it.
We're actually going to go play badminton now.
Yeah. we're in our gear already, but we're gonna have lunch first in our gear.
Oh, we haven't. Oh, okay, we're having
Are we?
lunch first. Yeah, we're having lunch first.
I'm starving.
Starving. All right, bye.
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 See you guys.
You have to say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, God.
This podcast was brought to you by Volantwear, the most versatile badminton apparel you'll ever own.